Hey everybody, it's Eric from the Mature Minded Gamers. We're breaking down the Vanguard class in Gears Tactics. This is your standard heavy tank class, and Sid, I like to call him Grandpa Death, is the first character that you meet in this game, and he is locked and ready to go. So let's break down his class, the Vanguard. He starts out with his primary weapon, which is called the Retro Lancer. So this gun has pretty standard damage. Special ability is the bayonet charge. Does not work over cover. Charge in a straight line at an exposed enemy to kill them with the bayonet. I've had a lot of trouble getting this to work properly. I don't think it's a bug in the game. It's me not quite understanding the mechanics. Because normally when I charge an enemy, they get an attack on me and it breaks my bayonet charge. So it doesn't work. I think what you have to do is you have to wait for an enemy that is what's called exposed, and that means that they can't get their attack when you get close to them. So you kind of need to have that worked out, but being super strong where it just instantly kills an enemy, you can see why it takes a little bit of setup to get it to work. I just haven't quite found the way to do it myself yet. And then again, with every gun you have the modifications, the stock, the magazine, the shots, or the sights, and the barrels, and all your cosmetics. And then also the armor loadouts, same as everybody else. You can customize your guys and make them just the way you want. I try to go with a pretty high crit shot on this guy. So let's check out the skill tree next. So this one is a very interesting skill tree in my opinion, because you can go with the Warden, or you can go with the Shock Trooper. And so with the Vanguard, or the Paladin as they call it, you start out with the regeneration. So at this one, at the beginning of your turn, this unit heals 10% of its maximum health. Very nice little skill, especially if you match it up with Hunker Down right here, which is what I did. What Hunker Down does is it allows you to select a target ally in cover, and target gains 40% evasion. Target may take no actions this turn. I almost always use this on Sid himself here, your Vanguard. And it allows you to stay hunkered down, and if you look right here, here's hunkered down level 2, which gives you a 60% evasion. So there's missions in this game where you need to control a point, and this skill is very, very valuable in this situation. It allows you to be almost unkillable unless they rush up on you or just totally have you surrounded. The other parts of the Warden system over here is a rally, which allows enemies or allies within 8 meters to leech until the end of your next turn. Units will leech 40% of the damage dealt by their shots. So that means like 40% of the damage they do to an enemy, they actually gain back in health. Really great skill. So this guy, if you play it with the Warden, he's almost like a support class is what it kind of turns the Paladin into, which makes sense because that's typically how the Paladins or Vanguards are played. The other ones stand together. Down allies within 10 meters are revived. So you're going to have a lot of downed allies in this game, and especially if you're playing on Iron Man or if you're not save scrumming, you're going to be surprised and people are going to go down. So that makes the skill stand together, I think, super important if you're playing on Iron Man. Less so if you're just playing the game on regular mode. You're not going to run into so many surprises, and you can always just reload the previous checkpoint if you need to. So it kind of depends on your playing style. Up at the top here, you have Badass, which is a passive skill which does 75% damage reduction against first attacks each turn. That is an awesome skill. Matching it, remember, if you're matching it with Hunker Down, that is just crazy. Like, this dude can just totally become the tank of all tanks if he wants to. If you want to build him that way, which is what I had envisioned for him, it's what I've been doing. He's going to be super hard to kill. He's going to be a great front line. The stereotypical meat shield, I think. The other one is Distract, has its cooldown reduced by 2 turns. Let's look over here at the Shock Trooper skills here. You get Intimidate. Enemies within 10 meters are removed from cover and interrupted. I actually took that one because I wanted to try it, because you're going to run into a lot of enemies who are going to be in cover, and it's nice to be able to break that. Some other skills you have here is Free Bayonet. When this unit kills an enemy with a bayonet charge, it gets 1 action point. Again, I've been having trouble with a bayonet charge, so I another reason I didn't really look at this too much. Down at the bottom here, you have Avenge. When an ally takes damage, this unit gets 25% damage for this turn, to a maximum of 4 stacks. So when an ally is down, this unit gets +1 action. When an ally dies, this unit gets 3 actions. So this is pretty powerful skill. Last man standing type of thing here. You know, you're the last one up, and you are going to be able to get yourself the extra action points to be able to finish everybody off and survive. So pretty nice skill. I really like the assault, the Avenger assault, and it's a passive, so it's not something you have to activate, which is really nice. Raid shot. So this allows you to do bonus damage, and it depends on how much health you're missing. And this is the level up version of it. I think the first one's right here. Raid shot level 1. Hemorrhage is pretty good too. When this unit gets a crit hit on an enemy, the enemy receives the bleed status effect. Units with bleed receive 200 damage at the beginning of their next 3 turns. That's a lot of damage to take. Bleed is no joke in this game. Up at the top here you have breach. All enemies within 5 meters gain the breach status effect. Allies who down or kill breached enemies gain 1 skill action, or gain 1 action, and heal 20% of their maximum health. So kind of a nice little bonus there. If you want to go this route, you do have a little bit of support ability through the shock trooper. On the other side here, you have enemies within 10 meters are removed from cover, interrupted, and receive 30% damage this turn. So pretty good skills on the Paladin on both sides, in my opinion. I like the Warden side a little bit better. I like being able to support my troops. But I definitely want to check out the Shock Trooper later on. So, alright, that is the breakdown of the Vanguard class in Gears Tactics. Make sure you check out our website, maturemindedgamers.com. We do video games, board games, podcast, and much more. Have yourself a great night.